Hello, everybody, and welcome this morning. I do appreciate you all being here. Gosh, wherever you are, whatever time it is, thanks for showing up. We have a few things to talk about. Some pretty good ideas what everybody's going to be talking about this weekend. A lot of it is just further expansion on things that we've already known. So let's take a look at who's all joining us today, and then we will jump right into it. First and foremost, let's say hi to Lorena Creole and Pop Culture Avenger. Lorena had a good show this morning with Kai MFS about his book, so that was kind of cool to watch. And hello and good day to you, Tina. Thank you for popping in. Brutal Morningwood is here. So how's it going? We had the Man of War and M. Dastardly both chatting it up today. And of course, we had Hugh the photographer showed up a bit early. Now, that's awesome. I really do appreciate that. Of course, my first commenter was Parrot Head. Hey, Parrot Head. And let's see, who else did we have show up? Of course, Defenders of the Faith. The Friday is primarily just a solo show. So the only time you should take bets is on the Tuesday show and possibly, on another live stream from here and there, maybe on Sunday sometime. But Friday's kind of just me. Unfortunately. So I'm sorry. If you're looking for Tom, he was doing a live stream this morning with Andre and Rob and Tom Conkle. And that was actually kind of fun to check in on too. So lots of great live content earlier in the day. But anyway, we're going to get through the rest of you guys just to say hi. As I said, M. Dastardly. We've got, hey, Wookiee Supremacy. How's it going? Accidental Tourist. Accidental Tourist already made it to the bar, so ready in time for the flight. So this is fantastic. Looks like the culture boss has showed up today too. So hi, the boss. Keck. Hey, how's it going, Keck? Thanks for being here. We've got lots and lots of people showing up. Diablo Dame, hello. The Atlantean. Hey, another video about to drop. So I know you've got another one coming out. Kind of a neat thing if you check out what Atlantean's doing right now. Kind of some neat concept game stuff. So it's kind of fun. Hola, Paulie, ¿cómo está? And let's see, we got Matthew Birkland. It's 9 p.m. My goodness. Okay, well, you're across the world, so glad you could be here. Oh, that's right. You're in Istanbul. I always forget that. Diablo Dame. I think I already said hello, but hello and happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday Night Tights Day, guys. We know that's going to be amazing tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Of course, you can always catch Doomcock on Friday Night Frolics, which is also really awesome. So yeah, it's kind of fun to split your time between the two or watch two at the same time because I do that. I'm a little crazy though. Aluvrian Imakara. Hello, perfect timing. Mead is just finished. Yeah, I know. It's like this constant thing in the morning. You got Lorena, and you got Mead, and then you get me, and then it's just this constant flow. So and then of course we flow right into the 2:30 PST time frame for Friday Night Tights. So that's going to be super awesome. So, hey Wes, how's it going, buddy? Can't wait to get started on the interview that we're gonna do here pretty quick. That's pretty awesome. Hey, and there's the boss, like I said. Pop Culture Vendor, we said hi to already. Fat Steven, hello. And according to Christy, just saying hello to everybody. So, and yeah, got the movie streams tomorrow. I think 1997, guys. That's going to be fun. I always love those streams. And according to Christy, hosts those on her channel, so be sure to check that out as well. Let's see. I've got Kitty Bear. Hey, Kitty Bear. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Good to see you. Been a minute. Karen Prime. Hello. And namaste. Namaste. All right, let's get fired up, guys. There's a lot we can go through. It's gonna be a big show. Oh, look who just slid in. It's the Gilk Man. That means probably we're gonna see Ords maybe and Amber. I hope. Let's see. But I'm pretty pumped up. So, but let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. We've got a lot to talk about. The first thing we should probably get to though is going to be what's happening over at Warner Media. As you may have heard last night, is part of a conversation that several channels had, including over on Comics Division. Warner Media is planning to lay off thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I mean, lots. It's going to pretty much hit the entire brand. I mean, everything that they own, it's going to hit. There's a decent chance if you watch the Clownfish TV article, there's a decent chance that they are going to they're going to part with Crunchyroll. They're going to part with several other brands, including Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth, honestly, has become more of a nightmare for Warner than anything you could possibly imagine. So that's going to be it's going to be very, very interesting in the future. So you also have you also have their news division stuff like CNN. CNN is about to take a massive hit. A massive hit. They are going to lose some on-air talent, not the biggest names, but they're going to lose some. They're going to lose a lot of behind the camera people. They are really, this is like the third phase, and it's the biggest one for Warner. There might be something subsequent that happens a little bit later. But I think we're going to start to see Warner Media just pare down to a very, very small, very lean operating. I mean, that's why they brought Jason Kilar in the first place. So they're talking about the rivals in this article, including Walt Disney Company, Comcast, etc., and their recent cuts, which we're going to get to some more cuts that are coming to another Disney platform here in just a few minutes. So that's going to be... we're not even close to done, guys. These media companies are really going to get slim. But you're also going to see DC Comics be hacked again. I mean, they're going to take care of some more jobs and bring it down to just a very small number of creators, and that's that. They're going to bring in some independent people to work for them, kind of on a contract basis. You're going to start to see, a real lean movie production cycle for pretty much all of the Warner brands when it comes to the movies, obviously, but the television programs, which they make a lot of television, guys, those things are going to start to get leaner and leaner. So we'll see. Hopefully you guys have been following the news, but in this particular story, I mean, I'll just read from this. It says, like the rest of the entertainment industry, we have not been immune to the significant impact of the pandemic, a Warner Media spokesperson said, adding that the company would reorder its operations to focus on the growth opportunities. And of course, that makes perfect sense. We are in the midst of the process, and it will involve increased investments in priority areas and, unfortunately, reductions in others. Essentially saying we're going to get rid of the things that aren't profitable. It's not a surprise. And like I said, they're all about to do it. We've got, of course, some follow-up news to this because we weren't quite done with the bad when it comes to what was going on at Warner. Let me copy that over for you while I try to keep up with the chat. Let's see, you guys are just flowing. Look at this, Adega. Hello. And you're right, everybody here is brilliant. So it's pretty easy to hang out with everybody here in the chat. I really appreciate you guys contributing to the show and being here. It's pretty awesome. We got 40 people in the chat. I hope you guys have taken the time to hit the like button, or at least or maybe even shared out the stream. But I'm glad you're here, and if you're a subscriber, I really do appreciate that as well. As you can see, though, we're going to move right into the Batman, which is of course a DC property, another Warner thing. The Batman is delayed until 2022. Now, we all knew this was happening, and we've all heard a substantial number of rumors about why it was happening. Well, some of those things kind of boil down to some weather events that have been happening, in the filming locations, and there's definitely been some delays. Of course, it's disappointing that this is being delayed, but it's not unexpected. If some of the rumors are believed to be true, that Pattinson actually contracted the thing, then it makes sense that they have to take a 2 to 6 week break depending upon his recovery cycle. Also, you want to make sure everybody else in the cast and crew is in good shape. But according to the article here, and of course it's Polygon, I apologize, but it was probably the best article I could pull up. Batman's premiering in 2022. right? And they're obviously delaying that. All of the DCU tentpoles are kind of moving. They're waiting out the production delays according to this, but the Batman is now slated for March 4th of 2022. It had been scheduled obviously for the 1st of October, or excuse me, the 1st of October 2021. And now they're moving it back again. That's a significant move. They've moved this thing a year and a half from when it was supposed to release at the very least. So, and of course uh, you have Dune moving back as well. So that's seriously bumming me out if it literally is moving to October 1, 2021. I'm gonna be heartbroken. Um, but it's all right. I mean, I want to see this movie. I'm a huge Batman fan. We've talked about this before in many other locations. But you keep delaying these movies and you keep running into all of this bad news, and we hear terrible rumors about production problems on this one where Pattinson theoretically is, difficult to work with. A lot of actors are difficult to work with. It's one of the reasons Hollywood doesn't work with Ed Norton anymore. But we'll see. I mean, you guys, I know a lot of you have been looking forward to a lot of these properties. I mean, Nerd Cookies and I are huge Dune fans. Her entire channel of late has had a lot of really great Dune information, news, art, everything. She does incredible coverage. So make sure you check out Nerd Cookies if you haven't already. But we'll see. Yeah, getting to the chat. Rooster Teeth is an embarrassment. They do good to pull the plug on them, and they might outright do that. If they can't sell it off. I mean, that's the position Warner's finding themselves in. It's the same position Disney's finding themselves in, to a certain extent. CBS Viacom, which there's some news about that I haven't yet confirmed. But you're going to start to see them part with these properties. Now they're going to want to keep the license intact for the things that they want to sell in the future that are profitable, which will remove some value from the platform for whoever acquires it. But at the same time, I mean, they have a built-in licensing agreement for those properties. So we'll see. Yeah, man, I hope everybody's getting their resumes in on LinkedIn. Warner, I mean, if you're talking about, I don't know, I've heard anywhere between 8 and 20 some thousand. 20, I'm saying 20 some thousand because I heard a really super high number at 25,000. 25,000 people. It's a lot of people. I think that's a little higher than I'm willing to accept, but maybe ultimately by the end of 2021 that might actually be the case. I don't know. I know that they've had a plan to restructure the company for a while, and again, that's why they brought Jason Kilar in. So yeah, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. So let's see. We've got superhero films are likely going to be on a decline soon. Actually, if you look at it, they really already are. By pushing back all of these properties, including Wonder Woman, which now is going to hit a streaming platform, if that's to be believed at this point. And by pushing all of these things back, these businesses are in this weird place where they're sabotaging the systematic hype that they've built in, and I'm using that word on purpose, systematic. But it's been cyclical for them, especially since the beginning of the flow of the MCU. They've been able to just roll one movie into the next, and they keep the audience interested in the same storyline, the overarching storyline, which obviously culminated with Endgame. And now they have to recreate something new, another new large story arc that obviously they haven't even been able to get started yet. I mean, we haven't seen the next phase be released. We've heard a lot of talk. There've been a lot of announcements, and when it comes to Disney, that seems to be something that they actually are really good at. They announce things and don't make them. But when it comes to Warner Media, are we going to see Wonder Woman on a streaming platform? Supposedly so. Are we going to see the Batman in 2 years? Probably. I think the only thing that you could even look forward to is the Snyder cut, the miniseries production that whole movie is being kind of divvied up and it'll be released in that way. I don't know what other DC properties are out there. What other MCU properties are out there that are actually on the horizon? None, because Hollywood has canceled 2020, like we talked about last week. So it's pretty insane. Yeah, Wonder Woman was getting pushed back from Christmas. Yeah. But see, like I said, the latest rumor I heard, Lorena, was that it was actually going to hit the streaming service. And you know what? The projections on that film have been falling. The minute Patty Jenkins opened her mouth, that thing started to slide even faster than it already had been. Anytime you delay these things, you're causing the loss of hype. I'm not as excited to see this film as I was before. Just like with Black Widow, I am not excited to see this, and Black Widow will likely also be on Disney Plus. At least I've also seen that as well. So, yeah, the Dune movie. Oh, the Dune is the only movie I've been wanting. Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to Dune for a while. I've been concerned though, and I don't know if it'll be successful enough to get the part two made or released. Let's put it that way. They might already have started a little bit of that. Batman fan, yeah, I know. This is hard, guys. It's hard. These are things that we absolutely love. Yep. Streaming platform equals pirate platform. And that is 100% true. And this is another problem that Warner's run into, Disney's run into. These companies, the very moment you release this to be available digitally, a high quality 4K copy can make it out onto the torrents and other places like that where people can sail the high seas. That's probably the best way to say it. So it's nuts. And yeah, Marvel's over for a lot of people. Endgame kind of finished it. I think the penultimate, uh, slide was from Captain Marvel, but that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. HBO Max has left a bitter taste in people's mouths. You know, to a certain extent, yeah, I think so. Yeah, these platforms need to realize that people want all of the content that you theoretically should have. It's the same problem Disney's running into with their Disney Plus platform, which we'll get to because they're accidentally killing Disney Plus, but it is what it is. So, oh, hello, General Butt Naked. Yeah. Hollywood should go full CGI and make celebrities obsolete. And Wookie, I know this is a thing that you say consistently, and you're not wrong. At some point, we are going to get digital performances. You're still going to have voice actors. You might have motion cap people, but at some point, celebrities are going to be few and far between, which might be better. We might be better off for it. Let's just put it that way. Under the old studio system, you didn't have a whole lot of celebrities. There were a limited number of stars. You got fewer numbers of releases. Their studios were operating under more reasonably controlled budgets, things like that. Maybe that's a good idea, is to return to that. Yeah, Wonder Woman 84 is a nightmare. It's not even just. I mean, look at it this way: if that film does release at Christmas time after the election, there's an entire storyline in there that Orange Man is bad. And let's say for whatever reason, and I'm not diving into politics on my channel, guys, I will do it elsewhere, just not here. But let's say the Orange Man ends up winning that election. That movie's going to be a hot mess like you wouldn't believe. So we'll see. Wookiee supremacy, most superhero. Yeah, 80% of them are. Yeah, from the costume and the special effects and everything else. Yeah, and yeah, Wookiee. Well, you guys are right. You're on the same page. Hey, Kai. Yep. Kai, that was a great show. I actually said that at the beginning of the stream, that it was cool to see you on Lorena's lunch table, which is just a little while ago. So that was really, really cool. Wes and I are trying to get our video game stream together. I'm looking forward to getting that done. I think we're playing Halo, so that's going to be a super fun time. Spider-Man Far From Home killed it for me, and a lot of people, actually. I've heard that. I know a lot of people like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm not a fan. I think Tobey Maguire did a really good job at Spider-Man. The first two were very, very good in my opinion. I don't know. Spider-Man suffered from loss attraction. They just, along the way, it just kind of lost a lot of people's interest. And the first two movies were okay. Nothing that I was crazy excited about. So, but that's just, again, my opinion. I will always tell you my opinion. I want you to like what you like, but it is what it is. So, really, forward to TNG season 4. Think it's releasing on time. Okay. Celebrities are already going off the rails. Well, yeah. I mean, we've had yesterday, and this is actually right into the segue I was going to talk about. I'm not going to show it on here. Everybody's already seen the super cringe naked video of all the celebrities out there. The number one question I always have, and I think it was actually reflected in some of the responses to it. Um, what PR firm, what PR professional told their star that they work with that this was going to be a good idea? To try to explain the naked ballot through by being naked. It was extra dumb. Especially since these celebrities don't live in the state where that's actually going to be a thing, because I think it's Pennsylvania that's the naked ballot state. So there, and of course it's released on a site that's affiliated with the far side of politics, whatever it is. So you obviously know who they're directing their message to, but at the same time, it's not the first time we've seen the celebrities going out of their way to display their lack of self-awareness, because that's what it is. Nobody wants to see you naked. You can do a video, you don't have to take your clothes off. And again, I mean, what are you selling? I mean, honestly, I mean, what point are you trying to make? Because it didn't work. So, did you hear Disney moved Pixar's Soul straight to Disney Plus? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No $30 to see it like Mulan. Yes, actually, that's cool, and that's actually a story we have today about Disney Plus and some weird shenanigans that are going on there. But yeah, I did hear that. Soul is a great movie about a musician who dies and is in heads into the afterlife. It's pretty. It looks, based on the clips I have seen, it looks pretty good. The music's fantastic. So yeah, you can sell me a lot based on music, because I think it's one of the most important elements of filmmaking is soundtrack, audio effects, all of that. And Soul looks like that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, she does that one particular outfit, that costume, with it is kind of crazy. And if they keep politics out of superhero movies or just movies in general, I think Hollywood would be far better off and earn more. There's a lot to be said um, uh, for appealing to the broadest audience possible. And by limiting your audience, you're limiting your earnings. And if you're an investor, you don't like that. I don't anyway. Yeah, don't. Yeah, think to stop attacking working actors. Well, Paulie, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to attack them. I will comment on their commentary, or on their lack of self awareness, or their display of foolishness. But I do that. I do that on every famous person. So I just, like I said, I just want good stuff. And I want people in Hollywood to make money. I want the industry to be good. I want everybody that has a job working in Hollywood to keep their job. I don't want to celebrate, or even, I don't want to cover layoffs in the entertainment industry, but that's unfortunately what we've gotten recently. And these are all direct results of a particular narrative. And I don't know. But I agree with you. We shouldn't attack the actors unless they attack us first. So. Problem with some streaming services is certain episodes are omitted. Yeah, they do. But that's been going on forever. If you remember when we were younger and movies used to go to direct broadcast television at some point, they had to cut content so that it wouldn't violate decency at the time, which I think they've abandoned the concept of decency, but I digress. But yeah, they have to, and they had to also limit them for length. I mean, you have to fit the movie or whatever property it was into your time frame, your window, and you have to allow for the commercials. So you did lose some of the stuff. I mean, I think I saw one of the most hilarious versions of Superman ever, the Donner Superman, because it was cut for time. Nuts. All right. Oh, McKinney's here. Hi, McKinney. I don't like Tony Stark Jr. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh, the stuff going on with replacing Tony Stark with Spider-Man, with Peter Parker. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I know Asache. I'm not a fan. Yeah, a lot of people aren't. I don't know why. Hey, look, he's not a bad actor. I don't like him playing. I don't like his version of Spider-Man, but that's a personal opinion, and a lot of people do. I mean, he's a cute kid, right? Cute kid. Why does politics have to be in these movies? Can't we just enjoy them anymore? You and I, it's the boss, guys. You and I have this conversation all the time when we're sitting together watching something, or we're watching Gary or anybody else talking about these same subjects. It's like this type of thing didn't exist in entertainment in our lifetimes, and now, I mean, in the stuff that did exist in entertainment was kept to, uh, you know, oh gosh, tiny little narratives that weren't necessarily trying to point you in a particular direction or call you a name or lead you to believe something poor about yourself. Movies have always been a way to communicate thoughts and feelings and points of view, but not to the extent that they're being weaponized now. So, but again, you and I have these conversations all the time sitting on the couch. Let's see. Um, Oh, no, no, I know. Yeah. You and I agree, my friend. I mean, and that's I was trying to make the distinction. I wasn't calling you out, my friend. No, but yeah, working actors, there's a lot of them. I mean, they're the celebrities are the top tier, just like in anything that we're in, the top 1% of whatever. Seems to lack the self-awareness. And there are lots of working actors that you recognize, but you don't maybe necessarily know their name because they're in lots and lots of stuff. And you don't hear them say anything about anything. They just want to work. Just want to keep working. And well, a lot of writers in Hollywood are the same way. I mean, you've got people that are hiding in plain sight, keeping their heads down so they can keep their job, and that's rough. I mean, look, Die Hard was shown on TV in Britain once. He was dubbed, say, Mother Funkster. Yeah, well, yeah, I still prefer Mother Falcon, but that was my favorite edit ever. Let's see. Holy crap! Culture main actor of Lucifer just announced season 6 is starting film. Yes, I know. Tom Ellis, right? Yeah, he he signed his contract just a couple months ago. I think you and I talked about that on your stream, and it's weird because there's some wokey stuff in that show, but it's you and I both enjoyed that show. Really, it was good. So, oh yeah, Philip, ugh, those entitled Americans expect good stuff for their. Yes, we do. We do expect good stuff for our money, Philip. 8 minutes cut from Home Alone 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they cut that. Yeah, they had to, well, you got to cut 8 minutes somewhere. And, if you can cut the Orange Man out, you have no idea how much pop culture media he was in early on. I mean, for a very long time, he appeared in a lot of stuff, including wrestling. So, I mean, I should say, the WWE, or actually at the time it was WWF. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting going way, way back. Yeah, Silverman's cute until she opens her mouth. You know what? She was a really good or decent comedian for a period of time. I thought she was really funny. I think comedians who don't necessarily agree with anybody's political stance can still be entertaining. You just have to be smart and good about it. Yeah, Tom Ellis is incredibly talented. Tina, he's I don't know, just his singing ability and everything else. I think he was a good choice for that character. And I would like him as Bond. You know what? We're going to talk about Bond. I would love to see him as Bond. I think he would be a good James Bond. A little bit dark hair, but he's got a naturally a naturally consistent physique with Sean Connery or several other actors that could play Bond. I think he would do a very good job. And he takes his craft very seriously when he acts. In fact, if you hear him in interviews, he's pretty bright dude. So I think he'd be really good. As you know, Bond has been moved back and moved back and moved back and moved back, and actually, that's the whole reason why we were having the conversation last week about Hollywood being canceled, because they pushed the movie back, which now pushed theaters almost entirely out of business, with Regal here in the States, shutting down, and their parent Cineworld in the UK, shutting their doors, for who knows how long, or if some of those theaters will even reopen. I don't think they will. I'm very concerned with the theatrical model, not completely disappearing, but changing dramatically. I think you're going to see a massive change in movies. I think you're going to see a massive way in the way theaters handle movies. Um, I don't think that I don't think that you're gonna I don't think that you're going to see 8 to 10 poles a year from each studio. I think you're going to see, like we used to see, one per quarter for a year. And I think Marvel will limit themselves to maybe 3 movies a year, possibly 4. But I don't think you're going to see a monthly release of Marvel properties. I mean, I don't see how they can maintain that. I just don't see it. If any of you disagree with that, that's great. I'd like to talk about it, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see, Warner release 4 a year, and each of their subsequent smaller studios releasing, 4 a year, 1 a quarter. Sorry, misstated that, but that's what I truly believe. So we'll see. At this rate, celebs will working in the near future, working on this. Well, hey, look, I mean, you've got people that were borderline that started OnlyFans. You've got people that, it's just weird. There's some weird stuff going on in the world, guys. It's nuts. Hello, Apollo. Good to see you. Oh, cool. Another video on some new outfits. That's great. I don't know. I like those. I'm a video game nerd though, guys. I love it, especially Call of Duty and similar games. I'm a fan. Tom Ellis was annoying in Miranda. That's true, but very good in Lucifer, amongst other things. So I remember those pizza commercials he and Ivana were in. Yes, I know. Yeah, I mean, he was been in pop culture forever. It's smart. That was a smart move. I mean, he went from being a developer to something bigger. A real estate developer, which was his original thing. I mean, that was born out of a family circumstance. So it's not like he had to struggle terribly much, but he did. I mean, and he went through many adversities, including multiple bankruptcies, which guess what? In this country, you're allowed to do. So it is what it is. Ellis would be amazing, Bomb. Yeah, Bond. Yeah, okay. So the good news is that this last Bond film will either essentially kill off the franchise entirely or allow for an actual reboot of everything, an opportunity to recreate the character as Ian Fleming had laid it out, rather than, trying to insert the political garbage along the way. And I mean, Phoebe Waller-Bridge was only brought in to I don't know if feminize is not the right word. To current year, the film franchise. And you know what? We don't need that. He's supposed to be a toxic male, a man's man. He's supposed to drink. He's supposed to realize that at any point in time he could no longer be with us. So, but anyway, I can talk about this stuff forever, but I do want to there's at least 2 more stories I want to get to. We're about halfway through. That'll give us, another 15 minutes on each of these stories, which I'm pretty pumped for. Hey Kip, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Let's see. Are we Donald Trump broke or MC Hammer broke? One of my favorite lines. Yeah, I know. Oh, and see, this is another movie that people can get offended about, but I never would. I think it's kind of funny. There's a whole lot of these that were really, really good. I mean, we talked about it in last week's movie stream on According to Christie's channel. There was a film made by Whoopi Goldberg called The Associate, about a woman rising up and beating back the male dominated investment culture that existed in the world that they're describing in the film. And she dresses up as an overweight, much older, elderly is a strong word, but a much older white guy. She has a really good job, and believe me, I'm not offended. It was a decent film. Didn't make it in my top 10, but it's out there, guys. It's called The Associate. You can take a look at it. So, okay, Wookie. It wasn't a great film. It was an okay film. That was the problem with 96. I think 97 is equally as hard. There are only a handful of good movies, and then the rest of them is kind of like a grab bag, I think, in my opinion. Phoebe Waller-Bridge has a face like a slapped arse. Okay. Thanks, Karen. That's awesome. Well, let's move on because I don't know I can beat that. That's pretty awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Disney. Disney as a company is big. They're huge. They have their hands in everything: sports media, news media, regular broadcast television, multiple cable offerings, various entertainment properties, theme parks, cruise lines, real estate, you name it, they seem to be involved in it. And one of their biggest properties for a very long time, something that used to make them, hundreds of millions a year, was the sports network that they acquired, based in Bristol, Connecticut, called ESPN. The four-letter network is also how it's referred to. Has been experiencing in the last 5 years 3 layoffs. It was two, and now we're coming up on number three. In this article, you'll see further ESPN layoffs appear to be in the works, but the timing and the size are unclear. Well, I can tell you that this is going to affect hundreds of people. This is not this. Most of the people that will be affected by this are going to be folks that are not. They're behind the camera, not necessarily some on air talent, but there will be some. I mean, there's strong rumors that there will be some. And you can see in this article by Andrew Buchholz, who is an okay reporter for the most part, that because of the economic impact of the thing, which is not the only reason why this is happening, they've experienced subscriber retraction for a very, very long time. They're going to be hitting between 300 and 700 employees. It's supposed to be closer to about 900 employees, but that's with some stuff that's going to happen later with some international stuff as well, because they do have international sports coverage also. But this is an article from Awful Announcing, and it just essentially goes into to talk about the fact that this isn't the only layoff that Disney's doing, because they just laid off the 28,000 folks on the parks side, which also included folks that were affiliated with the parks, but not directly, like Imagineering and some other places. And it is this is not over yet with Disney, guys. They have some media stuff that they're going to have to hack away at too, which will include some news things. But anyway, I'll read this from the article and we'll go from there. While ESPN and ABC actually performed relatively well for the company in their fiscal third quarter through June 27th, compared to other divisions like parks that were more directly impacted by the thing closures, Disney as a whole is still facing major challenges right now. And that's especially true with California's Disneyland still closed. Now, ESPN is only having these problems or these concerns because of the lack of subscribers. And they have been losing those subscribers for 7, 8, 9 years. I mean, ever since Skipper took it exactly the wrong direction. And, these are absolutely true. ESPN jumped the shark about 5 years ago. Yes, the boss. I agree with you. The shark just circled around and bit them. Yeah, got him again. It's going to get him. Like I said, this will be the third time that they will have laid off people in 5 years. That's a lot. Does anybody watch ESPN anymore? I don't think so. I mean, clearly with, for NBA ratings, they definitely weren't. But even prior to that, their viewership was falling off because they got away from sports coverage and went more towards commentary shows and sports, live sports radio shows. That killed off their property. It killed off most of the people that were viewing the programming. That's not surprising though. It went the same way as a lot of other programming models like MTV. Remember when MTV was basically just music videos and the occasional kooky comedy show? Well, that's not what not what MTV became. And now ESPN has done the same thing. They've split their brand into multiple channels and international versions of those multiple channels, which again can be profitable, but they have far too many. So if I were them, I would do channel retraction and see what happens with that. ESPN, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the problem is they're inserting opinions into a political conversation that have nothing to do with any of that. Yeah, 15 years. WDW is hiring many Orlando-based former employees. I've heard this. I've also heard, this is something else that's not being talked about, but they're laying off lots of entertainment people. Of course, I think Lorraine and I spoke about Yeehaw Bob and several other folks like the Grand Floridian Orchestra and all of those folks getting laid off as well. Their last performance. I mean, they're taking away the Disney difference pretty much universally across their theme park properties, which will make them, less exciting than, even Universal, who's now doing it better than they are, which is incredibly sad. Yeah, WDW News. Yeah. Yeah. WDWNT. Yeah. There's more heartbreaking. Yes. Yeah. Even more so that the head chopping isn't over yet. It's not done. It's not done. And this all happens on the heels, and this is something Lorraine and I talked about too, on the heels of them reinstating executive level pay compensation. So they brought those levels back on August 23rd, and then they turn around here just this last week or a week or so ago, and they laughed 28,000 folks in the parks. So I mean, they weren't out of the financial woods, and I think on November 12th is the Q4 earnings call, and I think it's going to be an investor bloodbath because investors are irritated, very very irritated. So MMA doesn't kneel. I know. Dana White's like, yeah, no, we're going to do this. And I don't care what anybody says. My people are free to say what they want to say and support who they want to support. So save the Echo. Yeah. Well, wait, like Echo based network? Let me guess. Maybe I'm confused what that's referring to. Somebody help me out. Nowadays, MTV has new rap music. Okay. I haven't watched MTV in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I wouldn't even be able to know. Once they went to a bunch of shows and not music, they lost my interest. Maybe that was 20 years ago. It's been a long time. ABC owns Disney. Yeah. How are their ratings? ABC's not doing great. Everybody's ratings are down. You would think with everybody being at home, your ratings for your television networks would be up. That doesn't seem to be the case. And actually, it's Disney that owns ABC. Disney is the parent company for all of those other entities. But yeah, they're universally the ratings on most of their properties are down because of the opinion and not information that is given. So, ESPN the Ocho. Yeah, was that it? Was that it? Or did I read it wrong? Echo? Was that my bad? Save the Echo. Oh, save the Ocho. See, that's my bad. I totally garried that. ESPN the Ocho. Yes, dude. What a great, wasn't that dodgeball was flipping awesome. Love that so much. Yeah, that was the reference. So I'm sorry I screwed that up. I screwed it up, Sergeant Politeness. I apologize. I will do better. I haven't watched MTV since Whitesnake was on it saying, here I go again. Yeah, that was a pretty good video. Tawny Katane, right? Rolling around on a car. Yeah, haven't done that in a while. Yep, November 12th investor call will be something else. Yeah, and the investors are going to lose their minds. Second quarter, no dividends. Not only that, there is an activist investor that's telling them not to pay dividends and to invest more heavily in their streaming platform. I don't think that's wise. But new rap is rubbish. Give me some G-Funk. Yeah. I like all kinds of music, and I like new music. I'll listen to everything if it's good. Yeah, USV, yeah, but I don't count that as ESPN. Well, that's the other thing. If you want to see a fight, an MMA fight on ESPN or ESPN Plus, I guess in this case, you have to pay the regular subscription fee, and then you're paying on top of it, just like what they tried to do with Milan, which absolutely got them nothing. But the Milan thing was such a disaster, guys, that they had to go out and release the movie on other platforms when it was supposed to be exclusive to Disney Plus. And they released it for sale on Vudu, Amazon, the Google Play Store, you name it. So much for exclusive. And those people who buy it that way, they get to keep it because they own it. Whereas the Disney Plus subscribers right now only maintain that entitlement. That's Disney speak, guys. They only maintain the entitlement as long as they have their Disney Plus account, at least for now. At least for now. Not only that, smart people with Disney Plus know that on December 4th, they can watch Mulan for free. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, David Coverdale married Tawny Katane and then divorced her. Well, hey, no accounting for taste, right? I miss Yo MTV Raps. Me too. Those two dudes were friggin' awesome, man. Especially in the early days. Oh, okay. Yeah, Tawny Katane. Yeah, she can roll on my. Yeah, I know. The boss is watching, so got to be careful. She's in the chat. A while back, I thought I was actually watching the Ocho when they were showing the cornhole. I know. So we're getting to see some really weird sports because well, especially during the time when all the sports were shut down, right? So it was kooky Maduki, and we were watching a bunch of reruns, and people were watching the ESPNU channel and everything else that normally didn't, so they could watch some old games. It's insane. So Ricky Rockman drove me away from MTV Headbangers Ball. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, gosh, I miss hair bands. Really do. I like the Mulan movie. It wasn't deep, but it wasn't as bad as some people say. Hey, look, again, it just wasn't the same thing. When you're Disney and you're trying to present something beloved, you at least try to stick with mostly a shot for shot representation. The farther they get away from that, the lower the earnings for the film is. This also struggled from some other political problems, and the Chinese people did not enjoy it at all. So, but I understand that, Time Prophet. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Again, I have no problem with people liking what they like. I mean, I like Hudson Hawk. Nobody likes that. I like music and lyrics. That's a Hugh Grant movie. I don't think anybody out there here in the chat has seen it. It's a good film, and to me, it's a good film to me. But it is what it is. UK Disney Plus and Junior are suspended until. Holy cow! Really, Terry? Lorena, did you know that? Anyway, that's nuts. All right, I'll have to look that up or find it, or maybe it's something I missed. I do miss a lot, guys. I try to stay up on all of this stuff because it influences my decision making, but that's nuts. Wow. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. Ooh, there's a fight in the chat. There's a fight. There's a fight. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Look, Shellbach. Free moolah. I wish I had free moolah. That'd be awesome. Hey, Dr. Coffin Nails, what's up? I am glad you're here. I'm glad you saw the High Council. That was an awesome show. Jeff is the best. I got to hang out with some of the people I absolutely adore. I want to hang out with them more. So those are brilliant creators. Everybody on there, I was very blessed and thankful. So, but welcome, sir. Welcome, Dr. Coffin Nails. Hudson Hawk unsubbed. Awesome. No, but I'm just saying, I mean, I want people to like whatever they want, and if you like new Star Trek, like new Star Trek. I just don't agree with you. So, in love with both those films. Yeah. See, it's all over. Everybody there. Yeah. Okay. Lorena didn't know that either. So, so cool. So, we're going to have to look that up, Lorena. One of us. Yeah. Hopefully you get it on your Sunday show, because I don't know that I'll be doing it again. Yeah. And the culture boss, hey boss, she says, welcome, Dr. Coffin Nails. Thank you. Let's see what we got. The one thing 25% larger than life Hollywood will never get is, as society becomes more mechanized, there is a greater demand for authenticity. Actually, that's true. Yeah, and we lack it. We've been lacking it for a long, long time. So can you check your DMs real quick? Sure. Why not? I'll do it live on the air. I am actually looking forward to the movie stream I'm doing tomorrow. It's pretty pumped up. Oh, you know what? I think we're gonna do something irregular here. At the end of the stream here, before I end it, I'm gonna bring in Mad Mardigan to do a brief press conference, or an announcement about a brief press conference that's coming up at 3 p.m. I'm assuming PST, but I wouldn't know. So I will bring him in here at the end of the stream when we're getting ready to pop out. So yeah, Matt, I will send that to you in just a minute. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, it wasn't the best movie, but it was okay. It's kind of funny. I like the singing. I mean, the singing behind it to time things is really good. And Another Monster, thank you. Like I said, it's a good film. Amazing is a strong word, but I'm glad that you liked it too. Wow, Disney Plus, holy crap. Yeah, I know. I'm going to research that article. I really want to find it now. I'm kind of worried because Disney Plus was one of the few things that was headed in the right direction, so to speak. But at the same time, they're still billions of dollars in the hole with Disney Plus, and especially since they had to rush the gains in subscriber way faster than they had initially planned with the international rollouts that they did. So I don't. I'm kind of worried, but I get worried about the financial stuff when it comes to Disney because in so many different elements and ways in my life. I've been invested in Disney for so long that, you know, it's I won't say it's personal, but it's definitely an influence or something that's exists in a very strong way in my life and the boss's life too. So da, 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 da. What time is your stream tomorrow? I don't know. You'll have to, check in with Wes. Oh, you mean the movie stream? You know what, Christy? Did you drop your movie stream in the chat? If not, please do. It's a great stream. The 1997 top 10 from all of us is going to be awesome. Tom usually makes everybody laugh. We usually go way longer than we initially planned, and it's a party. So it really is. Disney Channel, Disney XD, Disney Junior cease to exist in the UK. As Disney moves those channels, titles, exclusivity. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Terry. Wow, thank you. I will pull that up, and that may actually end up being my Monday conversation, because I may end up having to do Disney and ESPN all in one, because we will be able to wrap up the ratings from the NBA Finals, which absolutely just was this. Look, you lost 70% of your audience. The NBA did. It lost 70% of their audience in the finals, and it would be even worse than that if they were comparing apples to apples, because they are now including, since August of this year, August 2020, they're including out of home viewing on the live sports events, which they hadn't before for Nielsen. So anyway, it is what it is. Oh, hey, FK Bard showed up. Hi, you're glad you're here. Yeah, no Mushu, no deal. I agree with that. I agree with that very strongly. Oh, they're going to reach distribution agreement with Sky and Virgin Media, according to trade publication broadcast. Well, that makes sense. If you can get somebody to carry your contact without distributing it, reduces some expenditures. But wow. And you know what? Virgin Media, yeah, I mean, you could pick a worse partner. I mean, they really do attempt to do things. Sky's well, actually, I guess they're a lot more solvent now, so it's not bad. Looks to me they're channeling from Sky TV. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's all I needed to know. Oh, here we go. It'll be at 3 p.m. CST. Okay, there you go. That's the movie stream tomorrow, 1994. Make sure you check it out. It's always awesome. Hello, Muggsykins. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. And hello. All right, what do we got? All right, let's get into the last thing. Well, I guess the next to last thing I wanted to talk about, which will probably end up being the last thing I get to talk about, because I tend to talk a lot with you guys, so that'll be great. And then we can have Mads in to do his announcement for his press conference, whatever that is. So that'll be fun, I guess. Anyway, Disney Plus subscribers, now anyone can buy Mulan. Now, we just talked about this story, but you're paying this. These people rented this film for $30. Any of these platforms now are going to be able to sell it to you for the same price or possibly less. If you're at Amazon, I don't want to get into it. So it's one of those things, and it makes me crazy that this is what that Disney has done to Disney Plus. So they're essentially removing value from this platform, the same way they're going to remove value when they put Black Widow on this platform, when they put Soul on this platform, and hopefully with Soul they don't try to sell it to you as well. The value of this platform is found in the rebroadcast of things that have already been released commercially or with original programming. Mulan is neither of those things. The only place that this made a real theatrical impact was China, and it didn't even make very much at all. I think it was 71 million in total. I could be wrong. But again, Disney has eliminated the opportunity to make more and more money. You need theatrical releases. You cannot just take your $200 million movies to a streaming platform. You'll never recover, and that's why they're going to that particular methodology. They're going to have to find a way to put it in the theaters. And if the laws are relaxed, this is a conversation Tom and I have all the time. If the laws are relaxed that allow for the studios to purchase the theater companies, we will see a return to the old studio system, and you'll see theater exclusives that don't make it into other competitors' theaters, which I think is a problem. I think it's anti-competitive. So, but we'll see how that goes. It could be on the horizon. I know that the Supreme Court is destined to be looking at that very, very soon. 97. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, I'm bad me. No, 94 is stuck in my head. I think that was a fun year that we did. But 97, yes, I'm looking forward to it. It's just not with people who agree with the escapist free time. Yeah, whether it's sports, movies, or television. Yeah, everybody just wants to escape. I don't want daily in my entertainment. I want that gone. I want that absolutely out of my life. Soul is included with Disney Plus. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, and that's what I'd heard. And so that's actually good news, but also bad news. Lorraine, and you have to agree. I mean, they put a lot of money and effort into that property, and did not have a theatrical release. It's not going to contribute to the earnings for the platform. The only thing that will contribute to earnings for the platform for Disney Plus are things that they produce originally, or things that have already had a theatrical release. So, what's Greenwich time mean, Christy? According to Christy, I don't want to miss this one. Oh gosh. Okay. 9 hours from to 11. I think 10 or 11 p.m. Karen, I think. Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on? Well, I'm getting ready to wrap up. Right now, I'm going to bring in Mads Mardigan here. I'm going to send him this link and have him come in and talk about what whatever he's got in an announcement, I guess, a press conference that's coming up. I think it has to do with a show that he's involved in. So when he pops in here, we will drag him in before we end. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat, guys. Did you guys say anything fun that I missed? Let's see. 9 p.m. Okay, I could. Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm not really good at knowing what UK time is very well. All right, and here we go. We have a very important announcement from Mad Mardigan. For those of you who are not subscribed, at least give his channel a check out. And if you don't want to subscribe, I don't blame you. Anyway, here's Mad. Hey, Mad.
Hey, Casino. Thank you for having me.
You bet. The floor is yours. We're getting ready to wrap up, so I'm going to put you solo. Tell everybody what you've got going on.
All right. I've heard all the requests for action to be taken against Mr. Chris Knight and the Rumble after what happened last night, when my historic 4th championship was taken from me unjustly by Mr. Knight and the ginger cabal that he answers to. And so the coalition under Mad Mardigan on the immediate expulsion of Mr. Knight, we will be holding a press conference at 4 p.m. Central, and this is the first step in what we hope will bring change to the weekly Rumble and restore the integrity and the trust that chat goblins once had in this great game. So please, I'll put the link out for the press conference here in a little bit. Thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks very much. You are
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're the very first person I've had on here for that very important announcement, and now I'm going to kick you out.
Yeah, well, it is important. I mean, I was thinking on the way over here that, I thought you were going to kick me in the middle of this.
No,
I don't have anywhere else to go with it.
Oh, all right. Well, then bye. Anyway, that was Mad, guys. Mad Mardigan. He's really unique. Unique in our fandom. So I just want to say that obviously some shenanigans went down last night, and I think he's very upset about it. I mean, this is definitely a call to action for him. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up again today. Like I said, the things I think everybody is going to talk about are going to be the Batman delay, pretty much everything delayed. I think they're going to revisit those subjects. I think they're going to talk a little bit about the Warner Media stuff, the Disney stuff. I think anything that right now that is changing the format and even the flexibility of Hollywood is going to be focused on tonight. So Warner Media, Disney, movie delays, corporate restructuring. Restructuring is going to be the big word you're going to hear going forward. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be I think that's the primary topics we're going to hear about. Plus the celebrity cringe. I mean, who doesn't like to laugh at the naked celebrities that we talked about earlier? So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to run the outro. Of course, I mixed it up again. The outro video also has another 10 banners from other channels that You can support if you'd like, if you could check them out. Probably you've heard of some of them. Probably you haven't heard of some of them. So just check out the very end of the video. And if you haven't already hit the like button, please do. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. You can recatch this on obviously the rebroadcast if you're doing that now. Thank you for stopping by and doing that. I appreciate that as well. So be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others, of course. Wash your hands, like I always say. Again, that's good hygiene. It's not just because of this serious weirdness that we're dealing with. And until next time, bye.
Press our button, please be seated. This time we're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.